Joining me right now to discuss more about the case's defense and trial attorney, Misty Marris. Misty, great to see you. So we're talking about Hannah Gutierrez Reed facing involuntary manslaughter and the tampering with evidence. But how much of this case is also going to be predicated on eyewitness accounts about the history of Reed as an armorer? Everything from, weeks leading up to the being on this set to days to the moment of the shooting.
Yeah, all of that is going to be relevant. First of all, on the witness list, there's 40 witnesses who are all related to that set. One of them is her stepfather, who's a well-known armorer in the business. So we're going to hear not only about her qualifications, but we're going to hear a lot about the way, her training. We're going to hear a lot about the way that set and the safety standards on the set in general from these witnesses. And that's going to be critical to both sides of the case, the prosecution and the defense.
But perhaps most critical is how in the world would live rounds end up on this set? And in what scenario would you need them? She has to justify all of that.
Right, and that's been the critical question. And now we're hearing prosecutors say they have evidence that not only was she the one that loaded the live round into the gun and handed it to Alec Baldwin, but there were 6 boxes of the live rounds on the set, and that she was the one who in fact brought them to the set. Of course, she's denying that. And they're also saying, in addition to her being the one who actually brought them to the set, that she had ample opportunity to check these bullets and ensure that they were actually the dummy rounds and not live bullets, and she failed to do so. That speaks to the gross negligence component. There's also this issue of potential drug use and heavy alcohol use. They're saying that she was impaired on the set. Of course, she's denying all of that. And interestingly enough, no toxicology was done that day.
Why not?
It's interesting to see, but they obviously didn't believe it was an issue at the time.
But then how are you, if you're the prosecutor, how are you going to go about proving someone's sobriety without that?
This was a huge win for prosecutors in pretrial motions. They're bringing in text messages which allegedly show conversations regarding drug use, including the night before the death.
Oh, Lord.
And so that's how that's all going to come into the courtroom.
Okay, jury selection. How complicated might it be, especially when you're talking about a very well-known actor also at the center of this with Alec Baldwin. He has been recharged with involuntary manslaughter as well. Sure, that's a separate case, but in association, Rust, Alec Baldwin, that's synonymous. So how are they going to find a jury?
Oh, absolutely, because this case has been around. Remember, this was 2021, so we've been hearing about it for years and years and years. Simply knowing about the case isn't going to be enough for a juror to be disqualified. It's whether or not they've formed an opinion. And there'll likely be questions in jury selection regarding the, jurors' opinions on drugs, firearms, all of this, including the movie industry in general.
Powerful stuff. Misty Marris, thank you so much. Great to see you. John.